Hey, this is Marcus Ortiz, and today I'm going to be talking about buying my first DSLR camera and unboxing the Canon 5D Mark III. And just to start with the inspiration of where this video came from is I got inspired by watching a video by YC Imaging. He's a great YouTube creator, definitely follow his channel. And in one of his recent videos, YC Imaging was talking about videography things I wish I did sooner. So basically talking about his top regrets, and his number one regret was that he didn't document his journey as a creator sooner. So he said, really, you should start from like day one, the first camera you get, make a video. It doesn't matter how it looks, how it sounds. And so I kind of took that to heart. So when I bought my first camera, of course, I was excited to just open it. And I thought about what YC Imaging said, and I said, you know what, I should save it until I'm ready to make a video and then unbox it for you guys. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And while I'm unboxing it, I'll just talk through, I guess, my journey as a creator, which really is only just starting now. Okay, so for most of my life, I was using actually film cameras. That's showing you how old I am. Originally, I had a point-and-shoot digital camera that I got from my parents. So all through like elementary school, I used whenever we went on school field trips, to visit museums and things. I would bring along that film camera and just take all my pictures on there. And somewhere along the way, though, I think I lost it, or I lost that camera. And so I ended up just switching over to disposable film cameras. I don't know if any of you remember those Kodak FunSaver cameras you could buy at like Safeway or Costco. Sure. Let's see. The papers. So actually, for an embarrassingly long time, I just used disposable cameras, like up through college even. When I did my first trip, when I backpacked around Europe, I actually only used disposable cameras because at the time that was all I could afford. Like digital cameras were still pretty new and even really expensive back then, and especially DSLRs where you could change the lenses. Like there's just no way I could have afforded it. But I didn't let that stop me. I was like, okay, I still want to do this trip, so I just used disposable cameras. And so it wasn't until I graduated from college, I moved to China to teach English as a second language. And by then I was working and I had a little bit of money, so I was able to buy my first digital camera. It was a point and shoot. It was a Casio Exilim. And that's kind of surprising because Casio is more known for their digital watches, but the Casio Exilim was actually my first digital camera. And I loved that camera. Like almost all my pictures on my travel blog. My travel blog is marcusgoesglobal.com. marcusgoesglobal.com. Almost all my pictures of Asia were taken with that small Casio camera. And like a lot of my favorite photos were taken with that camera. And I even once entered, it was a National Geographic Traveler online photo contest. At the time, there was a new Indiana Jones movie coming out. And so they wanted like, what are your best adventure shots? And so my photo was one of the 10 winners. My photo was me it was a picture at Tiger Leaping Gorge in China. And so I made it look like my foot was right on the edge of the cliff. And that was the one that got that won. I was one of the 10 winners. But yeah, but luckily now we're in a situation where kind of DSLR cameras are mature or even dying out, depending on who you ask, and things are transitioning from DSLR to mirrorless. And now all these DSLR cameras that used to be like expensive and unreachable are kind of now more within the realm of affordability. So that's why I decided to finally buy my first DSLR camera. So I bought this from mpb.com. They're like, it's supposed to be a reputable used photography product retailer. So let me see. Yeah, so this is the box that from MPB. Let me see if that comes in. Yeah, you've just joined the community of 250,000 creatives globally who use MPB to buy, sell, and trade kit. We'll have to take a group selfie from space. And then there's the website, www.mpb.com. And I should add that I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm not nearly at that level where I'm getting sponsorships and brand deals. I bought this with my own money. All right, so here's the camera. So here's what it looks like on the inside, the box. Change gear. And actually, yeah, just to document for posterity. So what am I shooting with? Right now I'm shooting with a Logitech C920 webcam. My microphone is the Sennheiser ME66 shotgun microphone with the K6 power module. So it's a two-part microphone. You need the ME66 for the microphone and the K6 for the power module together to use that microphone. And then it's plugged into a Fedhead Phantom like preamp to boost the signal. And then that is plugged into my iRig Pre HD microphone interface. So that way I can connect this XLR microphone to my computer. But anyway, like enough of all that stuff. So the main event is my first camera. Okay, so it's all wrapped up. Let's see. Oh, it's all like sliced up. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I feel like this is gonna fall apart into a million pieces. Okay. Alright, so here it is. Big reveal. Ba-ba. Okay, so here's the camera. Alright, so there's nothing else inside that box. Let me see if I thought it would come with a charger. Wait, not with a battery or something, right? Let me see. Okay, so I thought it said it would come with one battery. It did come with the body cap to protect the front, but there's no... Yeah, there's no... I thought it would come with at least one third-party battery, but I guess not. Okay. Alright. Put this down. So this is the camera. Let me check real fast. Alright. Let's see. Move this a little. Alright, so this is the star of the show. So this is the Canon 5D Mark III. The side. Alright. The top. So one reason I should have added, like this camera, I got it for $509 from MPB, but through their eBay store. And one reason why the price was cheaper is because it's missing the mode dial cover. You know, the one that lets you know, are you in manual or automatic mode or aperture priority, shutter priority. But when I did my research, they said, like, when I did some research, you can buy replacement mode dial covers on Amazon for like $7. And if you're willing to wait even longer, you can buy them on eBay from China for like $2.50 or $3. But I ordered one off of Amazon. And yeah, this camera is as big and as thick as everyone says it is. Like, that's a beefy grip. Like, that thing is thick. Oh man. Okay, they said it was heavy, but I was expecting it to feel a little bit heavier, actually. Oh, okay. I guess maybe just like because I just took it out of the box. Maybe after a long day of shooting, it'll feel heavier. But yeah, when I was doing research, they said the mode dial is like, that's one of the cheapest and easiest things to fix. One of the harder things to fix though would be the little thumb joystick, because a lot of it is actually underneath the panel. If you want to replace this like for real, you have to take off this whole back panel, put in the new joystick, and then put the whole back panel back on. And so I was looking at a camera that was in a 5D Mark III that was like cheaper, but I didn't want to have to fix the joystick, so I didn't buy that one. I bought this one instead. And I guess I should talk through like why I chose the 5D Mark III. So I want to give another shout out to Roy Riley. He's a professional photographer, and he did a really great video review of the Canon 5D Mark III. And he's the one who really sold me on this camera, because I was looking at other older DSLRs because of how much more affordable they are. And I was looking at like the Canon 5D Mark II and the Canon 6D. And actually, I was very close to getting the Canon 6D. One big reason is because the 6D has Wi-Fi capability. Excuse me. And also it's compatible with the Canon Camera Connect app. So you can install the Canon Camera Connect app. Oh, tongue twister. You can install that app on your phone, and you can control the 6D with your phone. But then it was really Roy Riley's review who convinced me to like kind of hold out and wait for a good deal on the Canon 5D Mark III. because he really sold it as like this camera is sort of in the sweet spot where it's old enough to be kind of relatively more affordable, but yet at the same time it's still recent enough that I feel like it can still perform today without too much trouble. So yeah, let me see. So normally at the time I'm shooting this video, these sell for about like $1,000 to like $1,200 if you want one in good condition. And so I decided to be a bargain hunter. As I bought this one for $509, which is dirt cheap. But I mean, there were trade-offs though. Like I told you before, it's missing the mode dial cover, and also this has a high shutter count. It was about like 235,000 shutter clicks or shutter actuations. But I've read a lot about how durable the 5D cameras are, and so I decided to take a calculated risk and gamble on this camera because it's supposed to be really durable. And let me see. Yeah, and it's funny too because once I bought this camera, almost immediately I spent like another $200 on different accessories in order to use this camera. So let's open some of those. Put the camera down somewhere for now. And yeah, I guess also just for posterity, I'm filming this during like the coronavirus pandemic, and it seems like everyone decided to like, because we're all stuck at home, people decided to like pursue their photography or videography like dreams and like pursue that hobby. Because it was hard to find like some of the lenses and other accessories that I needed. Like I wanted to buy the nifty 50, like the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM lens, but like to buy a new version, like it was just sold out every website that I tried. So I ended up buying it used. I was actually willing to pay for a new version because it's $125, but I could only find a used one, so I ended up paying $100 and saving some money, which is nice actually. So let me open this. Oh, it's glued. Okay. Thought it was gonna be taped. Yeah, so what is that? Yes, I bought this off of Adorama. So Adorama has like a used section where you can buy used gear too. So let's do this. Oh, cool! They had the original box too. Wasn't expecting that. So this is the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM lens. There it is. And so this is sort of like, I should say that, yeah, the reason why I got the Canon 5D Mark III and why I got like my first DSLR is that I really wanted to get better and learn photography. And also I wanted to take better photos when I go on like traveling and on trips. Alright, so so this is the lens. I guess I'll take off the cover. So there's the lens. So I should also like add in my background. So like obviously I'm not an expert. This is me just like documenting my first time actually like opening and using a DSLR camera. So like there might be some accidents. I might do things wrong, so let's see how this goes. So I need to take off the front cover and then put this lens on. I really should have did that first. Okay, let's put the lens there for now. So if I read right, I think this is supposed to be the lens release. Okay. Oh no, actually no, okay. You just have to turn it. Okay, I'm learning with you. Alright. That's the body cap. Let's put the lens on. So I think you're supposed to match the red dots. There you go. So red. I turn it. How do I turn it? Oh, okay, turn it this way. Okay, I think that's it. Alright. So this is the camera. Okay, now actually I'm starting to feel the weight a little bit more. I didn't feel it that much in the beginning, but I'm starting to feel the weight of this camera more. So I think there's like a lot of pros and cons to the weight. Like, I mean, on the pros, it feels durable and tough, like it's built like a tank. And also, I feel like for traveling, like you're less worried about it getting knocked around. The downside though is, yeah, the size and weight, like if you're traveling, this might feel heavy and like take up more space in your backpack and like you'll feel it in your bag. Now I wish I had a. Okay, let me open these other packages. There should be a battery in one of them. Okay, I forgot which. I already forgot which lens cover goes on what. Let me cover the lens for now. Is that right? Okay, that's on there. Let's put this down. So I got some other packages. Like I said earlier, I think I dropped like $200 on accessories like right after I bought this camera. So let's see. I think I'll use the. I actually brought like 3 different tools to like cut these packages open. I have like my safety knife, utility knife. I have a letter opener. I also have a pair of scissors because I wasn't sure what I would need and I didn't want to have to like stop the video and go grab this stuff. So I'll use the letter opener on this one. There we go. Okay, so I bought a card reader. So like the 5D Mark III, actually has 2 card slots, which is it's a really cool feature if you're a professional photographer doing paid jobs and paid gigs. So you have that backup quality. But it takes one slot is for a CF card and the other one is for an SD card. And I read that if you really want to get the most out of the 5D Mark III, especially if you want to do like burst mode and take like fast shots, you actually need to get a CF card. And so right now I've only used SD cards, so I decided to buy a CF card reader. What is this? And then I bought a screen protector. Yeah. I feel like this is probably better to buy with a new camera that's not used, because I think the screen on mine is a little bit scratched already. Whatever. Alright, next package. Let's see. Oh, this one comes with a pull tab, so I don't have to open it. Okay, so I bought this memory card case, and I bought this off of Amazon. And the cool thing is, there's no pictures of it, but inside the case they have like little cutouts for different memory cards. And when I bought this on Amazon, they had different like versions of the cutouts depending on what type of cards. Like, are you going to put all CF cards in this case, or all SD cards, or a mix? So I decided to choose one that had a mix of cutouts for CF cards and SD cards, because I figure I'll probably end up using both types of cards so that I can take advantage of the 2 card slots and have the backups. Oh, actually, okay, it says it right here on the back. Let's see. So you can see like the different configurations, both types of SD cards, and this and this. And then inside they'll tell you the number of how many cards you can hold depending on which configuration. Put it down. And so I just bought like a third party battery charger. God, I've got so much trash with all this packaging right now. No, okay, that's not gonna cut it. I need to get some scissors on this. Okay, so I bought a CF card. So I bought a 64 gig card. And also I got one that had 120 megabytes per second speed. Yeah, because it's important to get something that's fast, especially if you're going to do like the burst shooting. Even if you have a fast camera, you need to also have a fast card to keep up. Alright. Okay, so I actually will not be able to turn this on because the MPB package didn't have the one battery, and I ordered a second battery just as a backup, but turns out I guess that'll be the only battery I have, because That battery hasn't come in yet because I wanted to make a video as soon as I got the camera and the lens, so I could show you kind of how it looks like. But turns out, I guess, like I don't have a battery, and so I won't be able to turn it on. Maybe that's a good thing though, because if this camera ends up being junk and not turning on, then I guess I saved myself that embarrassment. But I really wish I could have at least turned on and like seen the screen. But I guess I'm gonna have to wait until like that battery I ordered comes in. Yeah. So maybe in a different video I might talk about like my camera selection process and how I choose the camera. So again, I'm not talking as an expert, maybe just talking more as a friend who just went through this process and just wants to share the lessons they learned. That's more my positioning right now. So I don't really know what else to say. Just saying that, yeah, well, I mean, my goals for this camera, I just wanted to learn photography, and I wanted something that had like, fast autofocus, and I wanted something with good low light performance, because that's one of the big reasons I wanted to get a DSLR using my compared to using like my phone and using point and shoot cameras. And also I wanted full frame. I just got really fixated on full frame. I just felt like, you know what, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go full frame, damn it. So yeah, I wanted full frame, fast autofocus, good low light performance, and also like a decent frame per sec, able to shoot at a decently fast speed of frames per second, so I could capture motion. Because one of my frustrations when with the cameras that I had before this is I like to take like candid shots at parties and social events, taking pictures of friends, and like especially like low light environments. Plus, people are moving and mingling. Like a lot of times my pictures would end up being dark and blurry. So I'm hoping that this one has like good enough low light performance and fast enough like frames per second to be able to kind of freeze those shots and get good clean, non-blurry shots. I feel like that shouldn't be a challenge for this camera, like because professionals have used this camera, like photojournalists and reporters and things, so that should be no problem for this camera. Yeah. I guess if you want like, or if you want to really like, if you're doing like serious like sports and action and wildlife, you'd want a more high-end camera like the Canon 1DX series, or the equivalent on like Nikon and other brands. But for like moderate action, I think like, yeah, pictures of like people at parties, or like things like your kids and your pets when they're running around, it should be fine. It should be. To be honest, this is overkill for me to just like treat it as a learner's camera, a practice camera. Like honestly, this is the camera for professionals. Yeah, but because of how big and heavy it is, I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up taking it with me on trips. But I'm definitely gonna use it to practice and learn photography. And then later I might end up switching to another camera brand, or maybe even holding on to this one. Who knows? But yeah, I think it'll be an interesting journey. Yeah. So thanks for joining me for this part of my journey.